Hi, welcome back to Kearns Customs. My name is Liz, and if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. I hope you choose to subscribe. We're on our way to 500 subscribers, and we're working our way up there. You can see we're about halfway up our chart back there, so if you'd like to help on that goal, I'd love it. I apologize if you can hear the rain and storming outside. It's actually raining for once this summer, and you can see I have 2 audio recordings going, so I'm going to use whichever one is best for this video. So today we're going to talk about those first couple days with kindergarten, trying to teach them about your rules and expectations in your room without being too dry and with still being exciting. So how can we do that? Let's get into it. So as you can see, I'm in my home studio today. I'm not in my classroom. I'm in the northern part of the United States, and we had school all the way through the end of June, and we don't start until September. So I'm going to be popping some things up on the screen while I'm chatting, and I'll have my TPT resource linked down below for you for this idea in this lesson. But I hope that's okay with everybody, because I am still on summer mode even though it's icky outside and I have a sweater on. So we're trying to savor the last bits of summer we can before we go back into the classroom. For all my teacher friends who already are in the thick of it or getting ready to be, good luck, and I'm thinking of you every day that I don't have to get up with an alarm. I will be very soon though. So when we're getting started with our little preschoolers and kindergartners, I really like to jump right into it, but still have some expectations for them, because if they know what to expect from you, instead of it coming later, it's a lot easier to hold them to those expectations, and they actually thrive in a structured environment and with those expectations. Not saying that they can't have fun in those environments as well. So I've been doing a lesson for about 5 years now with my preschooler and kindergartners, and I even revisit it after holiday breaks if needed with some different books from the same genre, and it's been working really well, so I wanted to share it with all of you today. And that's using Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. So when the students come in, I let them explore the room a little bit with their hands to themselves, and then they meet me on the rug and we read Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. And it's an awesome interactive book, so you can kind of get a gauge of the kiddos right away as well. So I like to let them come in and interact with the room, and also really start to learn about the students right away instead of really focusing on just me talking. I like to see them interact with the room and each other and myself and materials on the first couple days as well. So reading this book, it's a very interactive read aloud, so I get to see who shouts out, who is a little bit more timid, who wiggles in their seats and stuff like that. But it also encourages them to do that little bit of shouting out, so it's okay. So for those of you who might not be as familiar with Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, a bus driver is leaving his bus, and there's a little pigeon who wants to come drive the bus, but the bus driver has asked you not to. So for each page, the pigeon is asking to break the rules, and we tell him no. So we ask the students maybe why not, or the students shout, the pigeon asks, can I do this? And the students shout no. So then after this book, we talk a little bit about what the pigeon wouldn't be allowed to do in the room, and I have a little pigeon stuffed animal. I didn't originally had it, so I just had like a little drawing that I put up on the whiteboard, or I moved it around the room, and I asked them, should the pigeon stand on the stools? Should the pigeon take out all the tools? Should the pigeon touch tools that are for other artists today? Things like that. And they say no, 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 and we talk about why not. And then we also jump right into a mini art activity that the kids get to take right home. So I customized this coloring page, which will be linked down in my TPT link for the students, and the pigeon has gotten into some paint today, so we talk about that naughty pigeon. And it allows the students to get right into some materials, whatever materials you choose to let the kiddos get into. They could do this with color pencils, crayons, markers, tempera sticks, depending on time or availability of materials, or what you would like to let the kids get into on the first day. Whether you do this in your room or if you are a push-in teacher will depend on this as well. And then also this gives you an idea of the students' abilities, whether or not they can write their name, things like that. So this is also a great little tidbit, little like precursor to get the kids get acclimated to the kiddos when they're in your room. And also they get to take this right home, so that's awesome too. Moving forward from this is also a great continuation activity, because when the kiddos are like being a little bit silly, instead of saying like, are we breaking the rules, like no, don't do that, anything like that, for the beginning part I might get Mr. Pigeon back out. We might do a little mini lesson if it's like a whole group problem, or I might just ask the kiddos, would we let the pigeon do that? And they'd be like, no. And so then I would say, well then why are we doing it? And they're like, oh, okay. So it's just a way to like kind of make their brain understand some of those rules, and that because some things are for safety, some things are for respect, some things are to be responsible, some things might just be school rules, that you might have some needs in the room that create some rules for the other students, that for little preschoolers and kindergartners that might not be easy for them to understand. You might also have some kiddos that are joining your room that have never interacted with this many kiddos before. They might not have gone to daycare, they might not have gone to preschool, they might not have siblings at home, they might not have been on a ton of play dates before this. So it just kind of gives them a reference, and it gives you like a quick reference to kind of snap them back to that lesson. And then also, like I mentioned before, I might use some of these other books after a holiday break, or if we need to redirect some behaviors to just kind of bring them back to that idea. Alright, I hope this helps you starting out your school year, especially with those little guys. And if you have any other questions or need any more ideas, let me know. Thanks, and have a wonderful day. Bye!